Welcome to all. This is the second day of the Faculty Development Program on Research and Career. Yesterday, we could set a basic platform for the 5 days program through the talk on current trends and research, challenges in research. Today, an eminent resource person is with us, Professor Kurivilla Joseph, an outstanding professor and Dean of ISST, Trivandrum, to talk on the topic building successful academic and research career. So I wish all the success for today's program. With these words, I call upon Dr. Teresa CJ, Head of the Department of Chemistry, to deliver the welcome speech. Welcome, Miss.
Thank you, sister. Good afternoon, all, and welcome to the second day of the Faculty Development Program organized by the DBT Star College Scheme, Thrissur, Kerala. It's my pleasure to welcome our illustrious speaker, Professor Kuruvilla Joseph, and all the delegates who have joined from all over the country today to share their knowledge and enhance our intellectual as well as horizon. Let me first introduce Professor Kuruvilla Joseph. He is an outstanding professor and dean, Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram. He has been confirmed with the Fellow of Royal Society of Chemistry, London. He has done postdoctoral at the universities of Brazil and Sweden. He is currently working on nanomaterials, polymer blends, and composites. His H&X is 52 with 11,800 citations. He has published 4 academic books and has 3 patents to his credit. Guided 20 PhDs with over 200 publications. Professor is also currently serving in various administrative capacities as member, Board of Management and Academic Council member at IST, Academic Committee member Sri Chitira Tirunal Institute of Medical Sciences, member Task Force on Plastic Ban, Government of Kerala, Council member at MA College Kodamangalam, SP College Changnashiri, and so on. Professor Kuruvilla has been deemed worthy of several awards and honors. A few I have listed: Professor Shivaprasad Award for the Best College Teacher, Young Scientist Award in the year 93 and 2000, the Matthias Award, and so on. Professor Joseph has been honored with Linus Palm Visiting Scientist Fellowship, Sweden, Martin Luther University, Germany, National Council for Scientific and Technology Development, Brazil, and the Indian National Science Academy INSA and CSIR, New Delhi. Sir, I would like to bid you a warm welcome on behalf of the entire Vimla fraternity to our faculty development program on research and career. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
A hearty welcome to our dear principal, Dr. Sister Beena Jose, who made this event possible despite this period of pandemic. Welcome, sister. Dear delegates from far and wide, it's your keen presence which graces this whole program. Welcome you all. Once again, I wholeheartedly welcome you all to this program and have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the nice welcome. Now I invite Professor Kurivilla Joseph to deliver the talk on building successful academic and research career. Welcome, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me share my screen.
Okay, sir. Please share the screen.
think I need a permission from you. You must grant permission in order to screen share. Can you, Didi, I think still that your presentation is live.
And that already stopped, sir.
Okay, now it's now.
Yeah.
Something gone wrong. Some problems. Cannot share your screen. You must grant permission in order to screen share. This is what a message I am getting. I'm getting a message just like that. Didi, I'm not able to share. I'm getting a message. Can't share your screen. You must grant in order to screen
Okay,
share.
okay, sir. Okay, okay. We will
Let me
try.
check. Same thing.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Can you please share one more time, sir?
I'm saying getting the same. I'm trying.
Can share now. There is no permission provision here, sir.
But I will log out and come again. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, yeah. Participants, please wait a minute. ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. Now it is presenting, sir.
Can you hear me?
It shows presenting, but the screen is not visible, sir.
Okay.
Now it is visible, sir. Okay, okay, sir.
Okay.
Visible.
Can you hear me?
Okay, sir. Very clear.
Okay. So good afternoon to all. First of all, let me express my sincere thanks and gratitude to the management and the principal, Professor Bina Jus, the head of the department, Professor Teresa, and my friend, Dr. Gigi, and all the faculty members for inviting me to deliver this lecture. Today, I wish to talk on building successful academic and research career. I will talk about my institute at the end of the program. So I wish to dedicate this talk to my all beloved teachers who molded me into this stature. So today, I will try to cover some of the following important points. Mostly, the preliminary I will talk about Indian science and technology, the challenges. Then second part, I will talk mainly on how to be a good teacher. Third part, how to be a good researcher. So if time permits, I will go through paper writing or something like that. So these are the three important aspects I just want to cover. First, let me talk on the challenges of Indian science and technology. If you go through this Indian science and technology, Professor Mashelkar sometimes back pointed out a couple of challenges what we are facing, especially Indian science and technology. Not only Indian science, all higher education. And what are the various challenges that we are facing? The first grand challenge before Indian science is that of building an attitude of irreverence. Our students are too reverent to our teachers, too much reverent. They are simply obeying. We are not able to pose a question. And teachers, as teachers, we are also, not in all cases, in some cases, we are not encouraging also. Especially when it comes to the research scenario, this is very, very true. Somebody is going to do research, a PhD program, you are approaching a guide, and he is giving you a problem, and you are working on it, and mostly some sort of a spoon feeding. So what we need is, we need a certain amount of irreverence that is highly essential for a creative pursuit in science. And second grand challenge, this is the case everywhere. Paper becomes more important than people. A bureaucracy overrides meritocracy. And risk-taking innovators are short. Decision-making time cycles are longer than the product life cycles. Very, very important point. So the second grand challenge is that of creating an innovation ecosystem. An innovation ecosystem in which questioning attitudes and healthy irreverence can grow. So, questioning attitude and healthy irreverence, underline the point, healthy irreverence can grow. That is what is needed. And the third grand challenge is of creating truly innovative scientists. That is what is lacking. We are not creating innovative scientists. So innovative scientist means who see what everyone else sees, but think of what no one else thinks. So this is what is needed. So an out-of-box thinking, simply copying somebody's work or just changing some parameters and doing a research, that is not an innovative research. So we want to create an ecosystem where original research problems are evolving and innovative scientists are emerging out. And that is what is lacking here. The fourth grand challenge is the ability to pose rather than merely solve big problems. Identifying the problems. It is very easy to solve a identified problem, but identifying the real problem and try to solve, that is very, very difficult. So what we need is an innovative ecosystem where out-of-box thinking is coming. So we need out-of-box thinking where new idea, new problem, identification and solving of the problem will take place. If you see, in 2003, the famous Indian physicist, astrophysicist, Jayant Narlikar, wrote a book, The Scientific Edge. So in his case, he listed 10 achievements of Indian science and technology in the 20th century. And there are 5 before 1950, that is before independence, and 5 after independence. It is very, very interesting. See, before independence, before 1950, we were having few names in our hands, like Ramanujam. Even now, the products of his mathematical genius are still researched on. Mehanand Saha, his ionization equation played a vital role in stellar astrophysics. S.N. Bose, his work on particle statistics was path-breaking. And Arun Raman, you know the Raman effect, rotary Raman effect, Raman spectrometer is one of the important tools in all science and technology. And the great G.N. Ramachandran, father of molecular biophysics. So in short, before 1950, before independence, we were having 5 names, 5 great people. And what happened after 1950? No such names. We have only few institutes, like ISRO, like we are working on nuclear energy or CSIR and things like that. No names. So what is the real problem? After independence, we have tried to solve all these issues. We were having a lot of issues like infrastructure, laboratory facilities. Somewhat we resolved the bureaucratic problem, networking problem. We were not having good faculty members, very less collaborations and things like that. So we tried, the government tried to solve all the issues. Now we have excellent laboratories across the country. Even in almost all colleges are well equipped. You come to Trivandrum, in Trivandrum itself we have 2-3 tunneling electron microscope, one of the highest sophisticated equipment. So almost all institutes, research laboratories, universities are well equipped. Infrastructure facilities are very good. Excellent faculty members are there. So now we cannot compare our laboratories. Our laboratories are comparable with the Europe and US or any other developed countries. We have sufficient funding. Still, we don't have a Ramanujam. We don't have a Ramanujam or Raman or Bose or no such name. Why? It's a very, very serious issue. Why we don't have such names? Even with all these facility incomes. We have several CSIR laboratories. We have several DRDO laboratories. We have several IITs, NIITs, excellent universities, excellent colleges. Everywhere, fantastic facilities created. But we are not able to create a Raman. We are not able to create a Bose. It's a very, very serious question. We all are responsible for that. Look here, This is a financial allocation of the government of India from 1991 to 2007-8. One can see a gradual growth. But once it comes to the 2017 or 18 or 19, you can see considerable increase in the budget allocation for education. It is almost the same as the allocation for home affairs or whatever things. That means government is putting a lot of money, funding. I'm not telling that it is sufficient, but enough. We have created excellent facility infrastructure. We have created brilliant researchers, faculty members, but we are not able to produce a ramen. My dear friend, I used to tell our research, 60% of our people or 50% of our people are doing research for few P's. One P for a PhD. I am doing research to get a PhD degree. I am doing research to publish some papers. I am doing research to get a promotion. I am doing research to get a position. So our research is basically based on PhD oriented, paper oriented, position oriented, promotion oriented research. We are not really interested to do a quality research. We are not creating an innovative ecosystem. So that is what is lacking. That is what is lacking. That is a major problem that India is facing in research and development. I know that brilliant faculty members who took PhDs from National Institute and national laboratories or well-known universities, well-known groups, after getting a job, their focus is totally changed. They are going to focus on, usually after getting a job, they will focus to buy a car, build a house, get married, and most of them are looking for a happy married life. I'm not against it. It is needed. But you are really blessed with a lot of talents and potentials. You are really trained. You got a lot of talents, training, experience. My dear friends, try to utilize it. Try to work hard. Try to come up with innovative problems and try to solve it. So forget about papers, forget about promotion, forget about positions. Those things will follow you. Promotion is very important, position is very important, papers are important. But what I am telling is that you have to work ahead of all these things. I used to tell students, you type your name in the Google or any other search engine. How many times your name appears? Maybe 2, maybe 5, maybe 10. My dear friends, try to fix a target. By 2040, I should have thousands of hits about my contributions. And that is what is needed. That is what is needed, and that is going to be remembered forever. So my dear friends, try to work hard. Whether you are a teacher, you are a professor or a scientist, wherever you are, work hard, contribute 150% to the society, your own science, your own subject, so that your name will be remembered forever. So, because of this very good funding and infrastructure development, now we are able to create an environment and mechanism for postdoc. Earlier, 20 years back, all the after doctorate, all students, all people used to go abroad. Now we have a very good ecosystem. At least 50% of the postdocs are in India. They are working in India. We have excellent fellowship schemes and excellent laboratories, excellent faculty members. So that way, they are contributing to India, to the society for the development. Coming to the next part of my talk, key to success in teacher. My dear friends, this is a normal career path of students in India, especially for the engineering graduate. After BTech, they will always look for a job. Mostly they will find a job. If not, they will go for a master's, and this is applicable for science and arts and science people also. Masters, again search for some job. If they have failed to get job, and they may go for PhD and finally come out as faculty. It's not true 100%. At least certain percentage is correct. And when you are talking about the teacher, the faculty, who is a faculty? How can we define a teacher? Definition for a teacher. Teachers are duly licensed professionals who possess a dignity and reputation with a high level of moral values as well as a technical and professional competence. So this is the real definition of a teacher. How many of you know real definition of a teacher? The teaching profession is entirely different from any other profession. So I will read once again the definition. Teachers are duly licensed professionals who possess dignity and reputation with high moral values as well as technical and professional competence. So 3 points. They have to possess high level of moral values. They have to keep high level of technical and professional competence. Okay? If that's the case, there are 4 classes of teachers. There are teachers, they become teacher by choice, because it was my dream to become a teacher. I worked for that. So I have chosen it. My profession is, I worked for it, I dreamt it for it, and I become a teacher. So that's a class of teachers by choice. There are other 3 classes of teachers. They become teachers by chance. By chance, they become a teacher. They are not really interested. It was not their first choice. By force, somebody forced, husband or wife or father or mother or peer groups, somebody forced them. There's a vacancy, you come and join, something like that. By accident. Accidents are always accidents, no? So there are 4 classes, only one first class of teachers. They become teachers by choice. In my opinion, if somebody become a teacher by chance, by force or by accident, quit and go. Because it is not my choice. I'm not really interested. So if I'm not interested and I'm working for that, how can I dedicate myself? So a teaching profession is a profession where 100% dedication is needed throughout your life, not only during your college time or university timing. No, 24 into 7 throughout your life. Think of it. All of you please think whether I belongs to which category, by choice, by chance, by force, or by accident. Think of it. So motivation to become a teacher. I become a teacher because I love children. Because being a teacher is important. Because a teacher is really molding the future generation. So teachers' contribution is large. Teachers are very, very important, most important factor in a society. Most important component in a society. Teacher. I love my subject and I want to share it. I become teacher because I was inspired by my own teachers. I discovered that I love teaching. My dear friends, please ask this question. Because when I become teacher, whether I was really motivated, I love my children, being a teacher is important. All these things are very, very important. Teaching as a profession. Teaching can be a profession just like any other profession. It can be a mission. It can be an occasion. Teaching as a profession. As I told you, teaching is a noble profession. To become a teacher, it means it's required long and arduous years of preparation, striving for excellence, dedication to public interest, and commitment to moral and ethical values. So I have given the explanation or definition earlier. If you consider teaching as a profession, then you must be willing to go through a long period of preparation. You must be willing to go through continuing education, continuous development of potentials. Always you should update yourself. You must try for excellence. And you commit yourself to moral, ethical, religious values and dedicate yourself to service. So these are the 4 points one should remember. If you consider teaching as a mission, mission means it's a task entrusted to you in the world. That means teaching is your assigned task, but you have got to prepare for it. And it calls for a continued professional education. That means once you become a teacher, forever a student. That's why I told you, teaching is not limited in the classroom. Teaching is not limited in the college or university. 24 into 7 throughout your life, you are going to be a learner. That is what is needed. And the third point, if we consider teaching as a vocation, vocation means called by God Almighty. The priests are, we used to say, vocation. For us, the caller is the God himself. In Bible, there is a saying, many are called, but few are chosen. For non-believers, the caller might be a man calling another man. Who are they? If you consider it as a vocation, you set Yes to the caller. Whether it is God Almighty or some other fellow, you said yes, I will. So you said yes to the caller. Then you commit yourself in the total transformation of the learner. That is very, very important. Sometime back somebody asked me, sir, under this condition, what is the role of a teacher? Online teaching and everything you are getting from the internet. So what is the role of a teacher? Here is the answer. A teacher is not only to disseminate knowledge. A teacher is there for the total transformation of the learner. So that is what is needed. So if you want to transform, develop a kid, you want to dedicate yourself. Just like Michelangelo said, when I got a marble piece, I started carving and carving till I let the angel free. Each teacher is just like that. Each student is a marble piece. It is your responsibility. It is your ability. It is your dedication to carve and carve. Finally, let the angel come out. You should find an angel in each student. He is having its own potential. He is having its own ability. My dear friend, it is your responsibility to dedicate yourself to make him as a total learner. So that's the role of a teacher. How many of us are doing that job? This is the question, including me. How many of us are doing that responsibility? We may be giving online lecture, we may be giving the notes. Other than that, out of that, how many of us are really dedicated to the learner for the total transformation? Very, very important. Then you consider teaching as a lifetime commitment. Thus, they aim through the years towards quality teaching. So that is what is a teacher. My dear friends, think of it and fix your goal, fix your mindset, change your mindset to become a quality teacher so that you can do quality teaching, you can dedicate yourself for the total transformation of the learner. Each learner is part of the society. When you are molding each student, you are molding a society. And finally, it is going to benefit the entire country and the globe. Let me come to the second part of my talk about research. Here I will cover why research, what is research, and how can we do quality research and things like that. When you say research, I could say research is all about one's curiosity. I am doing research because of my curiosity, because I am really interested to know the science behind it, any phenomena, any process, any material, the science behind the nature. Or if you are doing research for the 4 P's I mentioned earlier, You are doing research without any curiosity. You are going to do a passive research. Actually, what is needed is do research with a lot of curiosity. I can say 60 to 70% of the research discoveries, innovations and developments happened because of the curiosity. From the beginning, people were really curious to know the secret of nature. So there are hundreds of examples. Nicholas Copernicus, in 1543, while on his deathbed, he postulated that sun is the center portion and all planets, including Earth, is revolving, orbiting sun. So he was curious and he postulated while on his deathbed, about to die. He was about to die. Even then, he was curious about the solar system. Around Newton, Isaac Newton. So millions of people observed that jackfruit or coconut or apple or mango is falling down, not going up. But only one Newton was really curious and finally end up in finding the gravity. Our own Raman. See, again, millions of people travel over the years through the oceans and they found that the ocean looks blue. But only our Raman was really curious why it looks blue. And finally end up in discovering the Raman effect, the scattering phenomena, and so on. Another great scientist of India, Jagadish Chandra Bose, a physicist turned into a biologist. And he was really curious on plants, the simulations in plants, and finally ended up with a lot of discoveries, including the crystallograph. My dear friends, that's why I told you, the curiosity is the driving force for all research and development. And that curiosity is needed. When you are doing a practical in the laboratory, when you are doing a project, or when you are doing research, when you are reading a book, when you are attending a talk, when you are attending a class, always be curious. And that curiosity is going to solve impossible problems. That curiosity is going to make new discoveries, inventions. So my dear friends, be curious. And curiosity is the major part in all research. So when you are doing research, and when you are doing teaching, see, teaching and research are really interlinked. Because I am doing research, through research I am acquiring a lot of knowledge. Because when I am doing research, I am doing research with a lot of curiosity. Curiosity means a lot of questions. How, who, when, where, why, what. All these questions are coming into my mind. That is what is called curiosity. And this curiosity, because of this curiosity, I am reading a lot. I am discussing with a lot of people. So gradually, I am acquiring lot of knowledge. I am acquiring lot of knowledge. When I am teaching, I am trying to disseminate some part of the knowledge I acquired. So when you are doing good research, you are understanding the basics of physics, chemistry, mathematics, or biology, or zoology, whatever be. So you can give excellent teaching. So what is actually a research? It's an attitude. Research is an attitude. It's an experience. It's a careful, critical inquiry. And it's a method of critical thinking. That's what's called out-of-box thinking. A systemized effort to gain new knowledge. One can say research is a knowledge of discovery from known to unknown or impossible to possible. That is research. So one can define research. One can say that research is a systematic approach to obtaining and confirming new and reliable knowledge. But research is not accidental discovery. It's not accidental discovery. Accidental discovery may occur in structured research process. We may have some examples of accidental discovery, but if you go into detail, one can see that it's a part of a structured research process. That's why research is not an accidental discovery. Usually takes the form of phenomena or previous notice. May lead to structured research process to verify or understand the observation. And research is not simply data collection. It's only an intermediate step to gain reliable knowledge. Collecting reliable data is part of research process, but it is not the research. It's only a part, the beginning. Simply data collection and putting some tables and graphs and submitting, that's not good research. Anybody can do that. And research is not searching out published research results in libraries or in the internet. So literature survey is an important early step of research. That is needed, very much needed to find out the gap areas, the challenges in that area. But it is not the research. Research is actually the synthesis and analysis. So research is searching for explanation of events, phenomena, relationships, and causes. With these questions, what, how, why things occur, are there interactions? So planned and managed to make the information generated credible. And the process is creative. It is circular. Always leads to more and more questions. That's why there is no end in research. Every time you are gathering more and more questions, so you are trying to solve these questions and finding out new methods, devices and things like that. So it is a never-ending process. Why research? Why I am doing research? As I told you earlier, whether I am doing research for the four P's. Once again, for P's like a PhD, to get a PhD degree, to publish paper, to get a position, to get promotion. If I am getting a degree, I can use doctor in front of my name, so I will get respect, the society in my house. Whether I am doing research for that, or to face a challenge, to solve a problem, to get intellectual theory, that is very important. To serve the society by contributing to the technological developments. So, my dear friends, it's a very important question. It's a very important question. So one can classify two types of researchers. One class of people, researchers, they are doing research for the 4 Ps, what I said. When they are working for the 4 Ps, they are not getting intellectual joy. They are not trying to solve a big problem, unsolved problem. They are not going to face the challenge. Because I not understand. Ultimate aim is only this 4P. Ultimate aim is to get a job, to get a PhD, get a job, to become assistant professor to associate and associate to professor, and after that it should become a vice chancellor or something like that, or position oriented, promotion oriented, degree oriented, respect oriented research. That is one class. There are another class where they are doing research purely because of the curiosity. So those people are really disturbed. When you are really doing research with a curiosity, with a lot of questions, my dear friends, it is very difficult to sleep. Because these questions are going to disturb you. You cannot sleep. If you have a very important examination tomorrow, is it possible to sleep? No. So just like that, if you are going to address a problem, if you are trying to solve the problem, so you are really curious, and that curiosity is going to disturb you. So you are going to have sleepless nights. Good research is just like that. That means if you are going to have, if you are having a sleep for 8 to 10 hours, that means you are not doing good research. You are doing a passive research. You belongs to that first category, working for peace. My dear friends, be a good researcher to serve the society. By doing good research, you can serve the society by contributing to the technological developments. And that is what is needed. So those people will be remembered forever. I ask you, after your time, after your life, when you die, how many of you are going to be remembered? Those people, they are going to be remembered. Their contributions are going to be remembered. What are the qualities of good research? It should be systematic, it should be controlled, logical, empirical, replicable, and self-correcting. These are the qualities of good research. How to do good research? Good research, there are 5 points, my dear friends. First and most important point to do quality research is to identify the right problem. So the right problem identification is the most important task. When you are going to start your research career, especially your PhD program or your MSc project, my dear friends, try to identify the right problem. It is very, very difficult. Don't approach your teachers. Don't approach your guides. If you are approaching your teacher or a guide, they may suggest one area, one problem, and you are going to do, but what is your contribution? You are going to do research just like any workman. It's a labor work. Am I correct? But if you can identify your own problem, you have to read a lot. You have to do excellent literature survey, identify a most important problem, then work for that. So if you can identify the right problem, I could say 90% of your research work is over. 90% of your research work depends on identifying the right problem. So, my dear friends, if you are going to spend 6 months to 1 year or more in identifying the problem, don't worry, you are doing a good job. You are doing a good job. And second step is, after identifying the problem, set the goals and objectives. Very, very important. How you are going to deal the question, how I am going to address the question, address the problem, and what are the steps? Write it down and start working. Then third is research design. Then so results, you will get a lot of results. Second most important parameter in quality research is the fifth point, interpretation and analysis of result. Interpretation and analysis of result is the second most important factor. I know that many students, many people, they will do work and they are not able to, they are not spending time to analyze the result properly. They are not, because analyzing the result, interpretation of result is a very, very tough job, my dear friends. It's a very tough job. You should have an excellent theoretical background on the subject concerned or related subjects. Then only you can properly interpret and analyze it. You should have up-to-date knowledge on the research work going on in your area and allied areas. So you should update your knowledge. Then only one can do proper interpretation and analysis. Many cases, many times, I have seen that many students are getting excellent result. They will simply cut and paste. They will make some tables and write, submit, but they are not spending time to interpret. And they are missing good publications and good patent and things like that. So in short, my dear friends, when you are doing quality research, if you are aiming for quality research, first thing, spend time to identify the proper right problem. Second important thing is result analysis and interpretation. Okay? Just a minute. So next, creativity in the research process. Research is a creative process. Research includes more than mere logic. It includes insight, genius, groping, pondering, sense. Research requires imagination. Research requires initiative. Research requires intuition. And it requires curiosity. My dear friends, if you are planning to do quality research, forget about the class of people who are doing research for the 4 Ps. I'm not talking about them. If you want to do quality research, These four things are very, very important. Imagination. That's why you always 24 into 7, you should think of your problem, research problem, whether you are sleeping or taking bath or taking dining or wherever, walking or wherever you are going, always you think of it. Come out with a lot of imagination, curiosity, and write it down. Whatever things you are gathering, please write. In addition to this, how can I foster creativity? Gather and use previously developed knowledge. So that's why we need a decent, detailed literature survey. Exchange ideas. You should attend conferences, interact with experts and teachers. Apply deductive logic. Look at things alternatives. Always very, very, very important. Generally, one can have out-of-box thinking, question or challenge assumptions, search your patterns and relationships, take risks. Because when you are going to address a new problem, it's a risk. If you are going to do a passive research, no risk. Whatever things you are doing, you will get a result and you can publish and you can submit the thesis and you can get a degree. There is no risk. And cultivate tolerance for uncertainty. Very, very important. New generation, what is lacking is the word tolerance. My dear friends, cultivate tolerance for uncertainty. Allow curiosity to grow. I already explained. Allow curiosity to grow. Whenever you are seeing something, always ask questions. Set problems aside and come back to them. And whatever things you are imagining, whenever you have some illusion, whatever things, please write it down. You may think, okay, that I will remember. No, you are not going to remember it. Every time you may please keep a small diary in your pocket or your purse. Write it down. You can write, now it is very easy. You have a tab or mobile, you can write it down. So whatever things coming to your mind, please write it down. Write down your thoughts. Frequently, I don't know what I think until I write it. So write it, review it. But this is a very good research process. And freedom from distraction. You need freedom from distraction because you should have a calm atmosphere to think. So this creativity may provide the difference between satisfactory research and outstanding research. Satisfactory research, I already explained. Those who are working for peace, satisfactory, passive research. We are looking for outstanding research. This creativity is very, very important. There are the why should I do research? What are the motivation? There are two types: internal drive and external drive. Out of this, internal drive is very important. Internal drive means my own curiosity. I am really interested. So I have a sense of achievement. I have a sense of fulfillment and curiosity. I want to establish my own research area. I should be the pioneer in that particular area. And I should be remembered even after my time, even after my death. So that ambition, that set of goals, that is what is called internal drive. External drive is a secondary thing. Maybe degree, diploma, looking for degree, diploma, parents or teacher or friends or husband or wife, maybe pressurizing you or supporting you or motivating you. peer pressure because he or she may have a PhD degree, I also should do something like that, and small success like a promotion or whatever things. These are external drive and secondary. But most importantly, you should have that internal drive. Research problem selection, I already explained, as I told you earlier, 90% of a research job is done when you find a good problem. A good research problem finding is very, very difficult. It's a very difficult task. It is not easy to find out a good research problem. How to select a problem? Is it an old problem or a new problem? Usually new problems have more opportunities. So if you are doing new problems, you are going to face a challenge, a new problem. You are going to solve an unsolved problem. You are going to do pioneer research. My dear friends, nowadays the research potential of a researcher is measured in terms of H-index, in terms of citation, etc. Not based on number of publications you published. No. Now, you are being assessed by H-index or citation or number of patents, number of technologies transferred, number of devices you developed. All these things are measuring your capability. Earlier, 20 years back, 30 years back, people were counting number of publications. Now people are least bothered about your publication number. Because one publication may be, one major contribution is better than many small ones. Suppose somebody is having a 50 publication in Chota Mota journals. You know, nowadays hundreds of journals are there, published by Kerala, some organization, some. No use. Rather, if you have a good publication in a high impact journal, that is more important than your 50 publication in Chota Mota journals. That's why I told you, try to do wonderful research, quality research. So there should be in your work, knowledge, discovery, invention, integration, and application. These 5 components are very important. In short, asking the right problem, then asking the problem right. Always think of innovation, innovation, and innovation. So how can I get the right problem and the right way to ask problem? Asking the problem right can lead to asking the right problem. Can we predict reliability? Can we predict reliability with the models? Can I predict reliability with user experience? All these are very, very important. Again, how to find research problems. New solutions to old problems. New problems are new areas. You see, if you are going to work on new areas, new problems, you are going to be the pioneer, and lot of citations you are going to get, and you will be remembered. All people coming to that area will be remember about your contribution. Whereas if you are going to do an old problem, somebody published so many and you are going to change X or Y, Z, and again you are starting the same work, no use. And lot of other things are there. I told you good versus bad research problem. Good research problem means after the research, more people will be doing it. You open the door. As I told you earlier, you are going to be the pioneer. After the research, nobody can improve it. You close the door. Bad research problem means nobody will follow your research. Nobody is going to quote your research. Nobody really cares the research. You may be published in some journals, but nobody cares. You will get zero citation, maybe one or two. But if you are really doing a good research problem, you will be exposed to the research community and you will be known to all. The principle of aim high and accept low. Use problem selection as example. Aim high. Do not patch a small hole left by a leading researcher. I already explained. A leading research group established a theory and they published a lot of papers, and you are going to patch one or two, you are simply changing the configuration and you are no use. Find a more fundamental problem which may have long impact. That is very important. Rather than patching up of a leading researcher's work. So try to find a fundamental problem which may have long impact. Accept low. If it is difficult to find a fundamental problem, then we need a compromise. So then, if that's the case, you can always get advice from professors or colleagues or some other experts. So literature survey and all these things, I just want to go. I don't want to spend because already time is getting over. I have another meeting. Writing good paper is very, very important because even though you have a lot of data generated, but many people doesn't know how to write a good quality paper. So that is very, very important. Since there is no time, I will quickly go. So multiple pass writing style is there, detailed. You may please write whatever you gathered, then you short on, cut short, then cross-reading and fine-tuning. All these things are very, very important. Most important thing is that you may please try to give a good title of the work. That is very, very important. So writing procedure, carefully written, the paper title, very, very important. A capturing title should be there in each paper. Proper use of names and notations. Tell them what you are going to do. Because when we are reading the abstract itself, 2-3 sentences we'll get idea about what you did and things like that. Tell them what you are doing. Tell them what you have done. So it should be a motivation type thing and things like that. So all these things I will skip. What are the ethics in research factors, and I think somebody else is going to talk on plagiarism, misleading authorship, and all those things. Authorship is also very, very important. There are ghost authorship and gift authorship. These two things are very, very dangerous. Don't do that. And fabrication and falsifying data is also very, very, very important. Don't entertain such activities. And duplicate data is equally harmful. And you know that we have redundant, and another important thing is redundant and repetitive publication. Again, the ethical values, non-publication of data. So fabrication of data, move data on a graph. Some people do that. All these fabrication, manipulating images, hide bad results, all are unethical. Don't indulge on these activities. And poor data storage and misleading authorship, another very, 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 very harmful things. And plagiarism, I think people are going to address all this. I don't want to dwell on this. With this, a lot of, my dear friends, a lot of funding agencies and a lot of funds are there. ASAP is there, CSIR is there, DRDO is there, DST, UGC, DBT, Department of Atomic Energy, ISRO, Ministry of Environment and Forest, Ministry of Power, and a lot of schemes are there. Try to submit a lot of projects and try to establish yourself, because my dear friends, again, we have only one life, and we are really blessed with a lot of potentials, talents, facilities. And if you are simply enjoying the life, I am not against enjoying the life, it is needed. But You are only focusing on enjoying the life. As I told you, you are leading an animal-like life. After your time, nobody is going to remember you. I used to ask my students, can you name your grandfather's father's name or mother's name? Even grandparents' name? Nobody knows. That means your own grandparents sacrificed their entire life for your parents and you are not able to recollect their names even. My dear friends, that is life. If I die now, my name is going to delete from this beautiful world. Just like one teacher wrote beautiful mathematical equation and next hour another chemistry teacher is coming and he or she first they will clean the board and they started writing chemistry. Life is just like that. But if you can contribute, that's why I told you, type your name in Google. If you can contribute, your name will be remembered forever. And that's a real goal in life. Real goal in life is not to get a job, not to get a house, not to get married, not to have a lot of money. Those things are secondary, my dear friends. Real goal in life is something else. Real goal in life is I should be remembered forever. If I am quoting APJ Abdul Kalam sir, he used to tell this. After your time, you should be remembered forever. Life is very, very tough, my dear friends. Life is just like climbing Himalayas. If you are going to climb Himalayas and your ultimate aim is to touch the plateau of Everest, so if you start from Nepal, what you are going to see is you will see a small mountain. You will climb it up. When you reach the top of the first mountain, then only you are going to see bigger and bigger mountains. Try to climb it up, but it's very difficult. When you are going up, very tough, very difficult, lot of hurdles are there. But those who are trying to face those challenges, those who are going to take the risk, they will reach the plateau of Everest. Our life is just like that. After getting a PhD, after getting a master's, if you are looking for a job, that is, you may reach the first or second or third mountain and you are going to settle down on the second or third or fourth mountain. You are not looking high. You lost your interest to climb up. What is going to happen? You are going to miss the beauty of Everest. My dear friends, life is just like that. Try to climb up. Try to climb up till you die. Work hard. 24/7 work hard. Establish yourself. Because I am working hard not to gather money, not to publish. I am working because after my time, my contribution should be remembered. Just like I'm climbing, my aim is to climb up Himalayas to reach the plateau of Everest. This is what is needed. Otherwise, my dear friend, one day we should say goodbye to the beautiful world, and that is going to be the end of your name. Nobody is going to remember. Maybe you may be remembered for 16th day, 41st day, or 1 year. That's all. Millions and billions of people, doctors, engineers, professors, lived in this beautiful world, worked and died. How many of them are remembered? You think whether you want to waste your life just like that, or you want to contribute to this beautiful world and you want to put your signature and you will be remembered forever. This is the question I just want to put. With this, let me conclude. Once again, I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to the all organizers and patient listening of the audience. Thank you very much. And 1 minute I will go through my institute. Ours is IIST, is established in Department of Space. It's a deemed university, deemed to be university. Every year we are taking 150 plus students for the undergraduate program through IIT JEE Advanced. Our program is very, very unique. Those who are admitting in undergraduate program, if they are keeping a CGP of 7.5 in each semester, and their expenses will be met by Government of India. And on successful completion of the course, it depends on the vacancies in ISRO, they will be absorbed in ISRO as scientist engineers. Till today, all those who secured 7.5 and above, all absorbed in ISRO. We have more than 1,000 alumnus in ISRO centers. And in addition, we are offering various master's courses. One course is offered by Department of Chemistry on Material Science and Technology, where MSc Physics, Chemistry, or Engineering graduates can apply. We have a PhD program, we have a postdoctoral program, and we have a national character of it will vary 20 to 25 students from 20 to 25 states are studying in our institute. We have an excellent teacher-student ratio, 1:7, and we have a lot because this is ISRO's own institute. There are a lot of engagers with ISRO, and the beautiful campus. We have 3 campuses. We are at main campus is at Variamada. It is 23 kilometers from Trivandrum on the way to Ponmudi. And we are sharing the campus of Liquid Propulsion System Center, where cryogenic engine is developing. Here you can see the LPC. This is our campus. This is our academic campus. It's a 55-acre land where you can see all the hostels, the student activity center, and administrative block. I am sitting here.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful and thought-provoking session. Thank you, sir. Now, it was time for discussion. Participants, you can raise your queries directly to the resource person or put to your doubts in the chat box. Welcome all participants to raise your questions here.
Hello.
Okay,
Is it
sir.
audible? Yeah. Any questions? Otherwise, I have another meeting.
Okay, I think no more questions are there. So I welcome Dr. Gigi Abraham, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. Respected Principal, Dr. Sister Beena Jose, distinguished Speaker of the Day, Professor Kurivila Joseph, our most valued participants of this 5-day FDP program on research and career. A warm good afternoon to one and all. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I, on behalf of Vimala College Autonomous Thrissur and the entire Vimala fraternity, and on my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to Professor Kurivila Joseph. We are grateful to you, sir, for giving an excellent coverage to the topic building academic and research career. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence. This will surely be going to encourage us in our future research. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our sincere thanks to Dr. Sister Beena Jose, Principal, Gumala College, Thrissur, for the perfect logistic support and guidance she has extended to all of us. Thank you, Sister. I may like to express our sincere thanks to all the participants of this FDP program. Thank you all. Once again, thank you all, and may you have an excellent academic and research career ahead. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, Gigi. See you.
Thank you, sir, and thank you all for your kind participation.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Tomorrow there will be the third session of the faculty development program. Thank you once again. Thank you all.